here in Nigeria, wherever you might be watching from. I want to welcome you to this special broadcast. It's going to be about one of the few last things I would say about this particular candidate as election draws here. And I'm just going to be playing some for you to see and understand. And don't forget that I respect everybody's right to make choices. I am also going to make my own choice, and I'm going to do a little analysis with these videos and a few other statements made so far. And I'm going to also let you know my conclusion after all of this. Do not forget, he's a good politician. Peter Obi is a very good politician. I must confess, and I must be. So let us just start seeing the videos one at a time. Let's start with this one.
I recognize the former Vice President of Nigeria and my leader, Atiku Abubakar.
I had an argument with a university professor from Federal University, Lokoja. He said he read in my policy document that I intended to devolve, in other words, to return education to students. He said yes. I said, who are the successors of the regional governments? He said the states. I said, the children you sent to America and to England, who own those universities? Mostly the private sector. So why is it that you think we cannot do it here? We don't have the money.
What is federal government doing with the education? Why are they controlling education? Every state should be able to deal with their education. If you want to educate your people, we will support you, and you do that. You need to have a visionary, articulated, competent leadership to start turning around this.
So if you look at and you understand this particular video, you will understand that Atiku Obi share the same idea about everything, okay, and they are from the capitalist wing. Some of us who have been on this side for a very long time, you know, fighting, struggling, and all of you who agree with us over the years know that what we are fighting for, that we say we are looking for difference and departure from the old. You know that definitely this already sets the, you know, the bulwark or the fence to say this is not exactly what, not everybody, some of you are looking for the same thing, right? Not all of us are looking for the same. This already tells you we are not looking at, or we are not thinking about the same thing or looking for the same thing. Now, let me play the second video I want you to see and also analyze. So number one, Peter Obi is coming from the capital. He has the same idea and view with Atiku about national policies and all that. 1 second. So you understand. So they are all the same with Atiku and co. So if you are saying we don't want PDP, we don't want Atiku and all of that again, and Peter Obi is saying is the same with that person, we are all queuing behind him, that means we don't necessarily, okay, know what we want. Now let's see the second video, and we take it. This one is talking about how
have what they
Atiku
call
sold.
ASCOM, located in Akwa Ibom. I think Ikot was the biggest in Africa in aluminium smelting. It cost federal government $3.5 billion to set up that ASCOM. But what did Atiku do with it? Atiku sold it for $130 million.
Do you have facts?
I am telling you, I am quoting figures. In fact, there are facts, there are documents that state this. $130 million, something that cost federal government $3.5 billion, the biggest in Africa. Assuming that ASCOM is still functioning, you know the number of jobs I would have helped the Nigerian economy and the people of Akwa Ibom State.
So with
that was not the only one. That was not the only one. Delta Steel Company, it cost federal government $1.5 billion to set up that steel company, but Atiku sold it for $30 million. What about Oshogbo Steel?
Are you very sure about this?
I am quoting Oshogbo Steel Rolling Mill. In fact, there's what they call National Union of Electricity Employees. They even accused Atiku around June this year, when Atiku talk about a 3-point agenda. They say is coming to continue what he started.
I'm committed to privatizing NNPC. I said it. I swear, even if they are going to kill me, I will do it. And I'm also not going to enrich members of my family, but my friends. Are my friends not entitled to be enriched?
All you've said about Elijah Atiku Abubakar is alleged. Even when he went to America, they shouted that before he comes back, he will face question. He has since come back, no question. But I can tell you.
See, let me tell you. Again, you can see that he defends Atiku so well, so effortlessly. He is also from the PDP stock, and if not because he wasn't going to be able to get the ticket because of Atiku, his elder or senior brother. Otherwise, there was no way he would leave PDP. He left PDP because Atiku was a bigger threat for him to get the ticket. So now he has joined the Labour Party. What we all understand from here is that still the same thing. Is it not the same Donyi Okokwe that was the leader for him that was in PDP? So these are people who are just regrouping in order to retake power. Simple. Regrouping to retake power. That's all. Okokwe was spokesperson, one of the spokesperson like Ruben Abati for PDP, for Jonathan. All of these people are in the same, including Wike, Minister for Education, later became governor when Madam Patience Jonathan brought him to national politics, made him a governor in Rivers State and all of those things. We know all these people are the same. They are all just angry that power was taken. So they only hold meetings among themselves to discuss how to retake power. They are not discussing about you. So when you go online and you are flexing your muscles to be defending their scandal against the other, it's not about you. Except you want to be sure, be sincere with yourself about what sentiment is making you support that. Otherwise, we all since agreed that we are done with these same people. We all agree we are done with the same. If let us assume that they even win today, Okupe is already in Labour Party, Mimiko is already there, they are all waiting, including those who are supporting underneath. They just want power. The moment they win today, all of those in PDP will rush back to Labour Party, the same way they did in APC. When they needed to remove Jonathan and send power to the north, Atiku left PDP, went to APC and merged. Saraki left, went to APC. The moment they finished their business, they went back to PDP. These people are only interested in taking power, nothing more. They are not discussing us. They are not discussing you. We are the ones choosing among them. I don't know why though. But I'm not saying he's not a good politician. He's just as good as Atiku, as good as Tinubu and co. And that reminds me, he also said Tinubu is his elder brother.
These are my respected elder brothers, and I respect them.
Who Tinubu is your respected?
Of course, he's another brother of mine. You know, I respect him for who he is, and they have even in various times in their life.
Okay, so we all have an agreement that these people are they just want to retake power, nothing more. They are not discussing you. They are not discussing me. So I have no emotions or sentiments about these things. But you must have your own reason, and you have right. But pretending that it will be different, is coming to do something different, as he told you, is different. By his association, is everything, the statement he made, he said he will not probe anybody. They said they are coming back to privatize what is left to be privatized from the national asset to sell among themselves, to enrich their friends and go back. They are not discussing you. And they have not pretended about it. They have made it very clear. Do you understand? They have made it very clear. They are not probing themselves. They will all come together again once they just want to retake power. It's a party affair. Listen to Ojikalu and understand it better. For instance, what Objectv reviewed in this video, did you know? You that is on the keypad warrior for did you know this, for instance?
I will always vote. It's a party business. I have no grudges against anybody who is running. P2B is very close to me. He just called me the other day. The daughter will be waiting, and my daughter is going to be the chief bridesmaid. So I mean, it's not personal, but it's political and party. This is about party winning election. If I will vote for my party, I have chosen to be in APC. So why should I vote against Bola Tinubu? It's madness, and I'm not going to do it. Because this thing is voted along party lines. It's not voted along tribal lines. It's the party you belong to that you deliver. So, for me, we will wait another time and see how all Nigerians will agree to zone the president to Igbo land.
Gentlemen, and this straight, succinct, sharp, and simple. They are brothers. Did you know Peter Obi's daughter is soon? And just the other day, when he didn't show interest about ASU or whatever is happening to you, but when the Kirimadu was arrested for organ harvesting, he quickly tweeted in solidarity, and they are all rallying support for themselves. It was class interest. It's a class interest. He's not talking about you. It's not about ASU. It's not. He has said it. He has made it. He is not going to invest in education, public education. He said it. He said they should give it back to states. Let states handle education, because it is the same idea in Atiku's head. Atiku, during ASU strike inside Obasanjo, they left the schools shut and they were opening. They were, picking up licenses to open private cities against public institutions they ought to protect. If you know you don't want to do the business of government, so what business do you have going into government? If you know you do not want to use a government fund for public good or for private business and all that, what are you therefore going to do in government? Leave the government for those that want to use government to do public good. Do you understand it? So these are not discussing you. They are discussing except you are benefiting or you are the ground legit benefit or beneficiary. I don't see why you should be running after all these people, becoming a keypad warrior fighting on their behalf. If you have meant, it's fine. But don't come online and be making impression that this one is different. How? Or this one to do anything differently. How? He has told you he's not coming to they are all the same. Yeah, they are all the same. He hasn't told you he wants to do it. They are all the same. So if you are truly looking for a difference and you want to press a reset button on Nigeria, these are not the ones. They are all the same. They are just regrouping to retake power, nothing more. And if you have any argument to the contrary, let me hear you. Let me hear you. These are the same people. And Peter Obi has demonstrated this. He has not done anything to give impression or to demonstrate that he is different. So they are the same. Collins, even from the you came, you didn't come, you are not trying to come in a civil manner, but I'll still reply you. These ones, Obi, Atiku, all of these people, they are the ones, they are not the same. They are not the same. I mean, they are not different, they are the same. They are not different. They are in the same party, but have annexes. Okay. They have annexes. They are using the annex to regroup, take power, and pretend to be different. I'm not saying you should not vote them. Of course, people have sentiments. It's normal. Whatever your own sentiment is, follow it. But don't come online and be claiming that your own is they are all the same. Don't tell me it's different or you will do this differently. It's not the same. It's not different. They are the same. If they use the Labour Party to grab power from APC today, all the PDP people will rush into Labour immediately, the same day. And if PDP wins also, the Labour people, funny when you see capitalists. I've played you the video of Atiku and Obi, pure capitalists. They told you government has no business funding education, which is against what we live should be. All right. So we don't have any reason to be thinking these ones will do what we are all looking for, because they have told you point blank they are not doing what you want. They are businessmen, they are sector people, and they should have no business being in government. That's my own belief. And that person, yeah, and that person you are coming online to defend and claiming is different when you know it's the same with them, as demonstrated that is a capitalist. But this is where the irony is. There's a conflict in a capitalist renting a pro-worker, pro-labor, renting Labour Party, a capitalist renting a supposed socialist party to use for election. Do you understand? It's just like everything has been hijacked by these politicians. Students' union, NANS, they will sponsor factions. Well, do you see the reason NANS is unable to shut down the country or protest? 7 months so far. You know why? When they were doing their conventions, politicians were the ones sponsoring them, putting them in hotels and sponsoring them for election. So being able to infiltrate even the student movement, they infiltrated every sector. The other day, NLC had 2 factions. Because they said one faction was sponsored by APC, the other faction was being supported by the pro-labor union activists and all of that. So they ended up with 2 factions. I think it was Joe Ajero and Idris Waba. So you will expect NLC, that has been infiltrated and paid by politicians to speak on behalf of. So that is why a lot of things they have infiltrated everywhere, including the supposed Labour Party. The capitalist is renting it for use. I'm not saying don't support or don't follow your sentiments. It's your right. But they have already set their own straight. You are the ones assuming for them. The same mistake of people assuming for that you will make 1 naira equal to $1. The same thing. The same thing. The ones who assumed for Buhari was just looking at all of you. What did you assume for him? And you started punching it on social media everywhere, tweeting it, pasting it, the volunteering campaigns and banners, writing it there that you will turn 1 naira. When it failed, he told you he never made such statements and that you should show him where he said it. You are the ones that assume him. The same way you have started with Obi again. You will now be looking for who to blame for bringing Obi later. It's now on our way. Wait. I'm not saying don't vote him. Of course, we have Buhari. Because you deserve Buhari. What he did not say, you assume it for him. What he has said, you can't sit down and analyze critically because of your sentiment, whatever your sentiment is. Some people are still angry that Jonathan lost power, but they liked him. They want to compensate. They want his circle to come back. We understand that sentiment. Some people feel it should now be the turn of a region. This man, Objectv, just confirmed it. He just confirmed it. That when it is time for you, we will sit down and discuss that one. But for now, we are doing our party. That is what he just confirmed. So some people are supporting because of, the regional sentiment, ethnic, whatever your own sentiment is, it is your right. It is your right, but don't come here and be pretending reason you are supporting that one is because it's different. He has set his record straight. It's not different. So don't bring that difference as a yardstick or argument to support it. No. Bring other arguments, we will understand you. The Milocons have got their argument. They say I want local. That is their own argument. Fine. I'm not saying they are different. They said it is their turn. If it is your own sentiment too, that is your turn, bring it. Let us understand that coming on that basis. But lying that your basis is that is different, I beg. No, they bring lie. I'm done with the lie since 2015. I beg. And for those of us who prefer that you raise the only reset button if we are sincere, if you like, accuse us that you cannot win local government as if election is sports, that it will depend on the athletes to run faster. Shore is not running a sprint, he's running marathon. He knew it before he came. He left his comfort in the US to come. He knew it to be a long run. So until all of us are ready, for instance, Shore declared this as he has since declared this asset. All these people you claim are different, who among them has declared it? Let them come open. Don't hide anything in secret. Later you are richer after leaving office. Let us know what you are worth now. So they are not different. They have set their record straight. They will not be different. You are the ones assuming for them because you like one of them. Like people are queuing behind them and choosing their own. So you are the ones making assumptions for them. They have not told you. They have set their record straight. They are not different. Okay? They are not different. So for me, if we really want to reset, the only difference I have seen that has demonstrated over time and with everything, he has demonstrated in every way that he's not one of them and is never going to be one of them, is for the masses. There are only two in Nigeria. For those of you who are supporting a candidate based on ethnicity or tribe, there are only two tribes in Nigeria. These ones, they are a tribe. The class is a tribe. Then the oppressed people, the ruled, is another tribe. Those are the two tribes that exist practically in Nigeria. Now look at the arguments they always bring. Look at this one now. Shore is an activist, not a politician. You can never be a good leader. You see this argument. Mandela was an activist. Bring another argument. There are activists who have demonstrated to be good leaders. And if you want to bring Nigerian example of activists to counter Shore, I beg you now. If you mention them now, I know you want to list Dino Melaye. You will say, Shebi you see Dino Melaye. Shebi you see Oshomoli. Shebi you see Festus Keyamo. Excuse me, those are not activists. Those are party activists. They are their own. They are APC and PDP activists. Or except you can show me anywhere that Shore has ever been in any fundamental policy agreement with all these ones that you want to use as an example of activists. That's why Shore is different. That's why he will never join. They have offered him a lot of opportunities to come and serve, and he has rejected. These other ones accepted. So why can you now be comparing Shore with them? Fam, Shore are real activists now, I beg. Activists are good leaders, and he has demonstrated it even as a student union leader. Why the rest were busy accepting 504, he rejected. Why the rest were accepting money, he rejected. Why the rest, even Dino confessed. He became a big boy after meeting Abiola. Abiola 100,000 naira, and he became a big boy. Shore was given 800,000 and he rejected. So how can you be comparing Shore and all these ones as active? So he has demonstrated leadership from that. In serious countries, nobody will joke with a Shore. Nobody. But I know the problem. You don't have money. He doesn't display wealth like this or that, so you are not convinced. He doesn't do giving openly, do giving. You don't believe he will be a good leader. Talk true. Talk true, because you don't see him displaying affluence, opulence, doing open giveaway, showing off with money and all of that. You understand? That is why you don't believe he will be a good leader. But that is if you are looking for somebody who is even prudent. It is a Sowore. Somebody who will not want you to bribe, not want you to give him loan, who will not want you to give him anything, who wants to use what he has to say, he has said it, enough for the needy, but not enough for the greedy. It is because we are giving too much to the greedy while we are denying the needy. That Nigeria is like this. It's only coming to redistribute wealth. That's all. And everybody will be fine. The only argument, okay, I think Ayore is trying to take me to the show for Ududua. He said the same one Nigeria argument. 3 generations are still looking at it. Is only a leadership problem. Get it? Okay. It's only a leadership problem that we have. That is the only vacuum. I was asking some people on Twitter space the other day, when we have marginalized, it's now our turn. Excuse me, can you tell me any time when you say we are looking for a unifier, somebody that will unify the country? Show me anywhere before. Show me anywhere in history, especially since this Buhari time, that you is the worst. Yes, Buhari failed, doubt. But show me any time since Buhari came that your governor was not given allocation. It is only the oppressed masses that are seeing division. You are the ones that have tribe. You are the ones that have religion. All these people are the same. They don't get tribe. They don't get religion. They do well. It's a class thing. Your class never told you that the country is disunited. Lie, because it gets its allocation every month. You are disunited because you are the oppressed people. So where is the disunity? What are you unifying? So the same thing is because of the leadership vacuum or problem that we have, that we all think the country is not working. Put right leadership and see all the agitations disappear. That's all. The same way, even, okay, let us assume we divide today. We now want to start, we will still start with leadership. Who will lead the new, okay, I am in Oduduwa Nation, for instance now. Who will lead us in Oduduwa Nation? You think you join the agitation, they will ask you to come and lead? No. If election starts in Oduduwa Nation today, can you defeat it of means? Person who where can you? Where they go put poster everywhere, banner everywhere, billboard everywhere, begin do everything, put money, buy cow, kill cow, do everything. So if you not change the name of the country and put it in a smaller border region, call it a new name, will the inside the country be changed people overnight? Are they not the same people that will collect money, collect money and see who paid more, or we impress them more with money? So that's exactly what I'm saying. Babati says Sowore is not connecting with the people. How do you connect with people? He's the only person who goes on the streets, wants to face with people, listen to their plight. He's the only one. The only one. The ones who claim are connected with the people are only paying media. Yeah. They're only paying media, paying influencers, paying to continue to mention their names. You are the ones going after them. They are not the one for you. So to say Sowore is not connecting with people, despite that you see much, he's not connecting with people, but you already know him. So that means you don't need an awareness again about Sowore. Yeah, so tell your truth. You know him already. You know what his plans are. You know his manifesto. You know what he's capable of. You know it already. So why are you saying he's still not connecting again with people? Nigerians are the excuses. It plenty for a hand. Babati. You understand, my brother Ibrahim. The only reason she already didn't start winning is because her election has been monetized. Biggest spenders. Yeah. Àwọn tó náwó ju àwọn babaláyé tó gbówó jáde. Let Sowore also start distributing rice, labeling the rice, mark the rice, Sowore beans, Sowore bread. You will now be connecting with people then. You will now say, it's connecting with the people. I see you say Sowore is not. I know what you are saying. I know. It is not that he's not going on street. It's not. You know, you watch his video, he's on the move. He's the one working hard. You know. The only reason Nigerians are making it look like Sowore is not is because he is not sharing rice and beans, bag and bread and Ankara, Apamerin. That is the only reason you believe he is not connecting with the people. Let's tell our truth now. Somebody who knows Sowore, who knows his program to 2019, is still saying Sowore is not connected. What are you looking for? Is it Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? I don't know. No, I no roast Babati. Nah, my person. I just give him analysis now. You know the person. You know what he does every day. You see him on the move every day. You see him come with people. You still say he's not connecting. What connection are you looking for? She brand Wi-Fi ni, abi Bluetooth ni. Which other near field connection? So, but the moment she already starts behaving like other politicians now, move with convoy, do giveaway, give money to journalists, let them start talking about him and analyzing him, like they do. Yes, they give money to all these people. Give money, say, you are doing well, send me your account. They give them money to them and say, we met at a club, you are doing well. They go to comedy night and club, meet journalists who are regular presenters of shows, call press conference, give them brand envelope, give them money and start saying, talk about my blueprint, be talking about my economic blueprint. Just be talking about me at least once every week on your own show. They will say another person, say, that your show, I like it. We need to support it. They give you money and say, start talking about program. Because Sowore does not do all of these things, that's why you are seeing him, you are saying he's not connecting. Yes, so thorough. Now why we see day where we day? Now why we see day where we day? Let's tell ourselves the truth. Now because Sowore know they spend, they spin like you want. I understand a lot of you. But anyways, let's talk business a little more before I leave. This thing is fine. Now somebody was asking me about it today. This Quantum Bricks estate opportunity is going to go. The price will be going up before the end of the year. And I think there are only about how many slots left? I shall know less than 20, sha. So if you have some money you are not using now, come and invest in the future of Lagos, the new Lagos, Ibejuleki. Deep seaport is there, international airport, Dangote refineries, petrochemical, Dangote fertilizer. A lot of big companies are already moving in. Expatriates are moving in, and it's not far from Lakowe golf course and Atlantic beachfront. It's a very big opportunity. So if you have an apartment or a property, and even if you're not the one living there, rent for business executives in that location now is very, very huge. So it's a lot of money for you if you can invest in it. Just buy one or two in Quantum Bricks Estate. Even if you're not living there, business executives will be renting in, and they are expatriates paying serious money, because accommodation will be one of the biggest challenges in that area. That is why smart people are investing ahead in accommodation. So invest with Quantum Bricks Estate, and you will, in fact, if you invest finish, call me, say you invest because you're here from my program, so that you go still give me something to say, now me let you know about them. Thank you, everybody. You know, talk to me because I know support to Bill. He's a good man. He's a good man. Obi is a good man. Atiku is a good man. Tinubu is all of them are good men. It's just that for me, you know, choices cannot be the same. For me, I'll prefer Showore. He doesn't have to win now. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's called consistency, knowing the right thing and not minding how long it takes. Thank you very much. So listen to this information again and take your decision before it's too late.
Please meet Mr. Abiodun Akiyemi, a man who is looking to solve the big chunk of the housing crisis that we have in Nigeria by making affordable, self-sufficient. This kind of homes are becoming more and more popular, by the way, because they are efficient and they are environmentally friendly, and then it costs less to make them if you think about it in the long run. Anyway, before I tell you about the smart homes that he's building, let me tell you a little bit about his story. He's based in Canada right now, and he decided to build a house in Lagos, Nigeria, where he's from. But upon making inquiries, the cost of building a house has increased significantly since he moved to Canada. So instead of using concrete brick throughout his construction, he substituted with laterite, and he was able to save 30% of the construction cost. Laterite has a lot of advantages, by the way, including warming your home during the cold weather, cooling your home in the hot season. It's cheaper because it's readily available. It's everywhere in Nigeria. It has high clay content, which means it can hold more water. Laterite gives you better air quality. So if you build your house with laterite, you can breathe in better air quality. You can even recycle it. So if you build a house with laterite and you don't like it, you can break down the house and use the brick to build another house. And that's just to name a few of the advantages. But he didn't stop at building his personal house. He decided to make his house self-sufficient, off-grid, which means that he's not going to be dependent on the electricity from the Nigerian government. So he's using solar power, and he's also not going to be using power generator, so there will be no noise, no air pollution. At the same time, he's not using the regular sockaway that everybody uses in Nigeria. He's disposing his own waste material by decomposing it, and he's generating his own water. So once the house is completed, he doesn't need anything from them. That's why they call this home self-sufficient, off-grid homes. That alone inspires me. The fact that he was able to find an alternative to just spending so much money on building a house. And the fact that he doesn't have to depend on the government. He made himself a self-sufficient house. That is the inspiration for me. But then he took it a step further. So after learning from his own experience, he wants to do the same for others, except that he wants to do it better. If you see the picture of the house, you may not be too impressed by the aesthetic, but he calls this the experimental house because what he has decided to do is to now mass produce this kind of for other people. In case anybody out there is interested in having a house that will be self-sufficient, he has bought acres of land in Lakwet Beachfront in order to construct an off-grid estate. And what you guys are seeing is what he would be constructing. All these houses would not be using NEPA, and they will be constructed with laterite bricks. If anyone is interested, he's looking for 10 people, just 10 people to start out. The price starts at 34 million naira for 3 bedrooms, and you can pay in installment. He has a contract readily available, readily prepared, which you can share with your lawyer to know if that's a good deal or not. I mean, some people may feel like that's a lot of money, but it's a one-time payment that you no longer have to worry about electricity bill. You no longer have to worry about paying them to empty your sock away and stuff like that. It's a one-time payment that you know that from beginning to end, you know your house is complete and self-sufficient. Anyway, I asked him, by the way, I said, what if someone is interested right now and they decided to pay you, and along the way they decided they're no longer interested, they don't like what they are seeing? And he said to me that your money is refundable, as stated in the contract. He said he will give you back 95% of the money, and the remaining 5% is for administrative charges. He's using a system of interlocking bricks instead of the traditional style of construction. And this system results in a house that is 10 times stronger than traditionally built house, and also more terminally efficient. Each home would have its own fire system, and it will be conveniently located by a fire hydrant in order to make it easier for fire crews to help just in case of an emergency. We'll be building common areas that will have a gym, a playground, swimming pool, ball courts, grocery stores, and so on and so forth. And more importantly, the houses in it will reduce global warming and human carbon footprint. So guys, if you're interested, please check him out. This is his website.